Losing a customer isn't fun because as a business owner, each and every customer makes a difference and is super important. I lost a $6,000 customer, and in today's video, we're talking about how it happened. This is part 2 of a 2-part video series. Be sure to get out the notepad, take some notes, that way you can learn from what is taught in this video. But before we get into that, if you're interested in parking lot striping and want to start a business that's highly profitable, we've got an 8-hour training course that covers striping, how to get customers, marketing material, and much, much more. Link will be in the comment section and the description of this video. Subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. Let's get to it.
So let's get into the big topic of the video, Chris. How did you ultimately lose Waffle House, and how did that differ from how you lost Cane's, or was it kind of a similar situation?
Man, to be honest with you, man, the area director who was in control of the Oklahoma market, he essentially was overworked. One area market director guy is supposed to have 5 to 6 restaurants. Well, since they only had one guy in this area, they gave him all 11. Well, whoever is in control of the stores ultimately picks the vendors. And I tried to talk to him about it, and he said, well, you're going to have to talk to him because the vendors. But ultimately, when it switched over and a new person took over, I wasn't, I was reaching out. Hey, can I talk to him? Can I reach him? Can I talk to him? And it'd be one of those things. He'd say, yeah, let me get back to you. I'll get back to you. And then before you know it, after a while, you realize that they're bottlenecking you. Either they don't want you to have it, or, there's there's an issue why you're not able to get through, and you don't want to just get on people's nerves and keep asking them. And so I reached out to him. I asked him several times, hey, how can I talk to him? Even said, hey, let me take you out to dinner. I'll take you and him out to dinner. I'll reach out and, let me take you to dinner. You can pick where you want to go. I'll pay for it. No big deal. You just tell me where. I'll meet you there and I'll cover it. And I did. I'm trying to be innovative in how to, maintain the relationship that I've got already. But ultimately, man, it was just I was hitting a roadblock. He didn't, he'd say, yeah, we'll go out and eat. And so I don't know if he got busy. I don't know if it was an intentional roadblock, but essentially that's what happened. Is another area leader came through. They get to pick their vendors, and it split the market. And I'm not saying that I won't get a call from him, but I haven't yet.
Do these recurring commercial contracts kind of avoid that? Like, is that something that you've ever brought up in the past or anything?
It's not that they avoid it, I don't think. But just in case that something like that does happen, if you did sign a contract, they'd be contractually, bound in order to, to do it. So, yeah, we could definitely go and add, another clause to the legal pack. I will just need to go and go pay an attorney, and they're they're pretty expensive. One of the reasons why we did the legal pack the way that we did is because not everybody has $1,000 to go pay an attorney for an hour of consultation to get legal documents that they need. And so that's kind of why we created the legal pack, is because when you're starting a business, you're buying a $6,000 machine, you're buying a website for $250, $300. You're getting a trailer, you're $15,000 invested into this thing. Oh, and then now you realize you need contracts because people will try not to pay you. So that's the reason why we kind of added the legal pack in there, is just not everybody, when they're starting their business. I know I didn't whenever I first started. I was nickel and diming it, dude. Every single customer mattered. Every little bitty job mattered. If I didn't get paid, it was going to be drastic. And now I wasn't in a position to be able to not get paid. So that's why we created the legal pack, is because I had myself in mind, the kind of person and the situation that I was in whenever I started, and how I had, essentially limited access to financial resources in the beginning. So every little job mattered. And then I thought, well, since people don't have money to go pay an attorney $1,000 for an hour or two of consultation, how can I create a product, give them access to it for a fraction of the cost? And that's why we created the legal pack.
Absolutely. So that sounds like something that we could definitely add in there, just to kind of avoid this whole kind of situation. It's unfortunate whenever new management comes in. I actually, whenever I had my vending business, I had 3 different locations that were all in automotive, basically shops. And somebody bought up all the automotive shops and they just kicked me out because I had no contract in place. The business sold, and I lost that business. Very similar story to this, Chris. So I think it's a learning lesson that we could all put in place. Is make sure we kind of have some contractual agreements in place. It's one thing before it happens, to think like, hey, I need to have some kind of legal documentation in place. It's something you kind of put off because you don't want to hinder that relationship. But after the fact, it's like, probably should have put that in place. So we're going to open up to Q&A here in just a second, you guys. I just want to, we're going to finish up these questions. So we could obviously create some kind of documentation. I think that would have helped out in this case. So what's our course of action moving forward, Chris? You said you were going to get creative, with trying to reestablish this relationship. I will say that that's one thing that Chris does very well.
Want to get more customers, improve your conversion rates, and get access to the information I teach my coaching clients every month that helps them make thousands of dollars each month? Send me a text message letting me know that you're interested in joining the private coaching program. You can be like Brandon that got a $3,700 job from the information that he learned in the program. He said landed a $3,700 wash restripe combo. Or you can be like Jamie that got a $7,000 job. He said, just want to let you know I just landed a $7,000 apartment complex job. Or Andrew with a $12K job. I'm waiting for a call from the owner to sort out the deal and sign the contract for $12K. Text me to get to the group, make more money. Let's get back to the video.
With regards to acquiring customers, with regards to, leveraging upsells and things of that nature, it's always about how creative can you get, because when you come from that creative space, then you're able to think of unique solutions that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. But Chris, what do you think, man, with regards to moving forward on this one?
I'm gonna keep trying to reach out to him. I mean, dude, I'm kind of relentless in my approach to be able to get customers. I will keep doing it until they tell me no. If a person calls me to waste my time and they're just trying to price shop me, I will blow them up. If I know that they're dodging me, I will straight up blow them up, and then put them in that position for them to tell me that they went with somebody else, which I already knew that. It's just I want them to tell me, since they, wasted my time and getting me to go out there and give quotes and all that. I'll just relentlessly follow up. I mean, I'll just stay busy and follow up. I mean, you could send cards, you could get their address, you could send cards to the locations, you could send certified mail. There's all sorts of creative ways that you can utilize to be able to get in contact with them. So what I'm going to do, if the area lead or area director guy won't give me that point of contact, I'll just draft up a piece of certified mail. So I'll do research. I'll find out, what their name is. And then as a result of doing a quick search, you could find out what their name is, what properties they manage or whatever in the area. And then send a piece of certified mail to each property that the area director is in control of. And when you send a piece of certified mail, that person has to open it. So and I haven't went down that route yet because it's a little bit more time consuming, but I'm not too comfortable with just kind of handing over six grand in reoccurring revenue just that easily. So I'm going to I'm going to keep pursuing it. And then ultimately I'm going to send a piece of certified mail to each property that they are in control of until I get a definite no.
There you go. Yeah. So no means yes in a way. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. Until you get the no, you should keep pushing in though.